Hello, welcome to the Lampshade Workroom. I'm Kate, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to choose the right amount of fabric for making your rolled edge drum lampshade. As an example, I've got here a tall drum lampshade which has a diameter which is from ring edge to ring edge of 31 centimetres. In the trade that's called a 12-inch diameter, but 12-inch 31 centimetres by 40 centimetres high, with a circumference around those rings of 96 centimetres. You need to have that information before you begin to choose your fabric, if you're buying fabric specially. So because it is a circumference of 96 centimetres around the rings, the PVC panel that you'll be working with is going to be 2 centimetres wider than that circumference. So the circumference was 96 centimetres around, so the extra 2 centimetres create the folded seam overlap at the back of the shade. The height of the shade is determined by what you want. In the case of this kookaburra lampshade, which I make to sell, I started with a fabric panel which is this design, and I didn't want to cut off. I wanted to minimise cutting off bits of the kookaburra, so the best solution height-wise I came up with was 40 centimetres. Taller than that was a bit too unconventional and unwieldy. So that fabric comes on a panel from a quilt shop. And there's the fabric, and I place it face down on the bench, and I have my panel pre-prepared, the right size panel. So if you're doing a workshop with me, you'll have all of this pre-prepared, and if you're buying a kit from me, you'll have the panel already prepared for the size that you want it. So you know the dimension of the panel, it's 98 centimetres for the circumference of the shade, and it's 40 centimetres high for the height. The fabric that you needs to be at least 5 centimetres wider each end, each short end of the panel. So it's 98 centimetres plus 5 plus 5. And it needs to be at least 5 centimetres higher than the two long sides, edges of the panel. So it's 98 plus 10 is 108 long minimum piece of fabric, and 40 plus 10 for the height. So it needs to be a piece of fabric which is, for this size, is 110 plus 50 centimetres wide of fabric. And that all of that extra fabric will get trimmed back in the making process and will be used in the rolled edge that we make this particular modern bonded lampshade with. If you're making a tapered shade, a shade with sloping sides, your PVC will be an entirely different shape to the drum shade. It'll be something looking a bit this sort of shape, and the fabric requirements for that are quite different, and they usually use more fabric than drum shades, and I'll talk about that in detail in the video specifically for how to make a tapered shade.